Hello and welcome to what is going to be another Pokemon video. So we're going to go into singles again. I've been having some fun in singles with the last team. Not that I've played an absolute crazy amount, but we're getting there slowly. So we're going to throw our Team 3 in, which is of course our Rotom Wash setup team with lots of heavy hitters. Mostly focusing on defensive play. Seems to do an okay job for the beginner tier at least. It's a good learning team for me to get used to some different matchups, so that's always good and a lot of fun. I definitely want to expand our team repertoire and hopefully go into some other sets of content as well going forward with some more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and things like that as well, so that should be a lot of fun. So we're trying to do a lot all at once, so that'll be interesting. So our opponent, obviously, interesting. The Dragon setup's all weak to like Ice in particular. Of course, they got a fairly decent coverage too. So we might go for the standard Rotom, Toxapex, Appleton set. Probably not the best set though, to be honest. Might drop Appleton this time. Go for the Mimikyu. Since Mimikyu will deal well with most of these. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, here we go. Alright, Dracopult right off the bat. Of course, our Rotom Wash is a nice early set here. So, Switch, not very effective, although still pretty decent for an opening move. So it got us that damage in, which is good. If they go for a Dragon move, then Mimikyu's a really good switch in here because it's not affected by anything, being part Fairy. If they go for a Ghost move, super effective, but Mimikyu's Disguise should tank it. They went for Dragon Darts, which doesn't affect Mimikyu, which basically gives us the free chance to Dynamax here with probably Max Starfall, because then if they swap out, my Phantasm's not an issue. Plus, we still have our Disguise up, so we can tank at least one big hit. It's really just going to come down to what they do. There's nothing I can think of that they had on their team that swapping out would be a huge issue for us to deal with. So Mimikyu should be a pretty decent choice. Phantom Force, Vanishing, means we can't hit it, so that does give them one turn. I'm still probably going to go for Max Starfall, because still a really good move. And we're going to take this hit, which again, Disguise, not really an issue. I do love the Dynamax animation for that though, being just a huge version. It's quite cute. We go Max Starfall. Hopefully it should hit it and get the kill there. Yep. That was promising. So we've still got at least one more turn of Dynamax, and we've got the Fairy Terrain up now. So it's just a matter of what they send out next. We do lose some HP because of Life Orb, but that's just something we're willing to take in this kind of matchup. I really got to just accept it and deal the damage I need. Alright, what are they sending out here? Oh, perfect. Perfect, another Max Starfall target. Interesting. Looks like we definitely made the right choice. Flygon is actually not too bad. Even Rotom should be able to do some decent damage with Hydro Pump. That's if we don't just completely knock this thing out with Max Starfall here. Which we almost did. Oof. So close. Steel Spike, okay. That's bad news for Mimikyu, but still not quite enough to take it out, so we might get a Play Rough off as well. Which should then knock the Flygon out. So, Play Rough it. Oh, max guard. They're going to buy themselves a turn. Not that that's very useful. They're going to go for double max guard, maybe. Although I don't know if that's an effective strategy for Dynamaxing, to be honest. So it's just a matter of us outspeeding them. Another max guard. Failed though, which to be expected. Protect never works twice in a row, or typically doesn't. Can't remember exactly if it can or can't, but I believe it's a pretty low percentage if it did work twice. So there we go. Mimikyu down to 8 HP. Not really a problem. At this point, it's just going to be sacrificial damage. What did they send out? Cloyster. Alright. Nothing super effective. We might go for whatever has the best damage output here, which is still Play Rough. Even though its accuracy is not as high, all we need to do is land the hit. Alright, there's our sacrificial damage in, and we're lowering their attack. That's good. And sacrificing the Mimikyu, of course. Fairy Train, gone. Okay. Rotom, super effective Volt Switch into Toxapex, which should soak up some decent damage. Sounds good to me. Plus, we should outspeed, I hope, against a Cloyster. There we go, Volt Switching. And enough to knock it out, giving us the win for this one. Nice. So definitely improving. We've also got to get matchups that are on our level and not crazy strong, which I think we're going to get more of them closer we get to the Christmas period. Especially after the Christmas period, where I expect sales will probably go up again, and there'll be a lot more new players coming in. Alright, continue battling. Look at that, a little bit of a good chunk to go up beginner 3 there. Bringing our win-loss ratio almost equal. We're only one off, bringing it to at least a equal 1.0 ratio. And that would make me pretty happy if I could at least bring it up to that. Okay, let's check their team. They got a lot of fairy support in here, along with the dark with the Grimmsnarl. And then they've got a decent ghost, dark, and fighting. Interesting. Let's see. Probably still going to lead with Rotom because it's a really good choice. Mimikyu sounds okay, mainly because it's got pretty decent stat line. And then it's just a matter of, do I go for one of these three in the middle here, or do I just take the Tyranitar set? Toxapex feels like the best to me because it doesn't really get tanked out hard by rock type moves, I don't think. So, and Poison's quite good against pretty much everything else as far as fairies go, so Toxic should be fairly decent. At least that'll be my hope. So Rotom, because early Volt Switch. Mimikyu, because it's a fairly decent matchup against everything here. Well, almost everything. And then Toxapex, mainly for the fairy water type. Not fairy, the fairy matchup, but the water typing to go up against stuff like Tyranitar if they set it up. That way I can kind of just hit it with Scald or something. Otherwise I can always Toxic stuff down. Looks like they're about to run out of time. There we go. Hopefully they're still playing this match. Should be interesting. Alrighty. Oh, nice. Nice shiny one. Props. Alright, not a problem. We're going to Volt Switch it. I'm trying to think on what would be great against this. Probably Mimikyu. for the ghost on ghost action or the fairy type move. Plus, again, we can tank that first move off, hopefully, with the disguise. So we're not really losing too much other than our disguise advantage. Does mean I can't go sword dance, though, so it's just really going to come down. Oh, shell smash. That's actually good, because now we get a free sword dance off, don't we? And their defense and special defense fall in favor of attack and special attack and speed. Okay, that's fine with me. We'll go for a free sword dance then. Oh, baton pass, interesting. That's even more interesting, actually. I haven't messed with any baton pass users so far, and that actually seems like a really fun strategy. Shell smash, baton pass. Just depends on what they're actually baton passing into, because, of course, God knows what's actually coming out of here. And, of course, it's Tyranitar. So that's not a good sign. Alright, sword dance. Does that destroy our disguise? No. Good. Dynamax for Max Starfall. I think that's the best way to go, since they still have the defense and special defense decrease. Thanks to Baton Pass, I think. I believe it still transfers all stat changes, not just positive. Again, there's more stuff I'm slowly learning. I haven't messed with Baton Pass for a very long time. And since we still got our disguise, we're actually in a fairly decent position with this. I can at least tank one hit. Yep, Rock Blast, okay, that's fair. Unfortunately, I think Rock Blast means it's going to hit us multiple times, so that's not good. Yep, this is where things get to be a problem. At least it only hit twice. There we go, and that's down and out. This now gives us a massive, massive lead on the opponent. Definitely have to be careful of Rock Blast Tyranitar though, in the future, especially with Mimikyu's disguise ability. Alright, a little bit of damage. So the question is, what's the opponent going to show me? Are they just going to quit, or is this going to be us sweeping? That'll be the question. Oh, here we go. Interesting, because I think we're still going to outspeed, aren't we? So we want to go for the highest Max Phantasm. No point going for the lower one, since there's no disadvantage to it. And that's enough to take that one out. So we've taken out 2 with this Dynamax Mimikyu, definitely becoming the MVP of every single match here. I could also set up Woodhammer on Mimikyu if I really wanted to go that route in the future. I used to use that kind of set. It's still available in Sword and Shield, I'd have to really take a look. Oh, interesting. Here we go. Now something different. So Max Starfall's still super effective. We've still got the stat boost from Sword Dance, so we should be good there. It's just going to be a speed issue now. If we can't outspeed, we're in trouble. To be honest though, my speed stats should be pretty good. Alright, here we go. Max Starfall. Good, our speed's in ahead of them, which is great. And that was enough to one-hit the Farfetch'd. I mean, it was a Sword Dance boosted attack, so for a super effective move. Mimikyu was the perfect choice for this matchup, by far. Super effective moves against everything that they threw out. And that brings our win-loss ratio up, which is great. We will play at least one more for this video. So we'll see if we can bring it into the positives, or whether we're going to stay in the single negative, which sucks, but Pokeball tier. We've gone up. Awesome. Same time though, could be bad. We're going to be going up against a little bit more thought out teams, I guess. So 5 for 5. I don't want to get into doubles more as well. We did those first few videos on doubles, but I think I really need to reevaluate my thought process for doubles battles. Whereas singles are much more straightforward. Once I have a rough idea on their team composition, usually it's not too bad. Free here really throws me off a little bit. Although the rest of it I don't think is too much problem. I think the similar strategy with Rotom, Mimikyu, and maybe Toxapex is good here, since we can do a lot of damage. Especially guys, again, a great way to do it, and I think Rotom will always outspeed a Dragapult, unless it's pure speed Dragapult maybe, since my Rotom is, I think, max speed. From memory. Oh, Love Ball, nice. For their Mimikyu. Interesting. Wonder what they're going to go for then here, because it's a little dangerous if I just throw my Mimikyu out immediately. I'm tempted to just tank this, although the risk is too high, I think, because of course I am weak to Mimikyu's ghost attacks. At least we can knock the Disguise out with the Volt Switch here. They're probably going to go Sword Dance too, which is going to be a problem. So it means they can deal a lot more damage than me. Actually, if they go Sword Dance, my Mimikyu gets a little bit of an edge, doesn't it? Because it will take the first Disguise. So I think this is the right choice. Yep, Sword Dance. Perfect. So I just need to Dynamax and get a really good hit off on this thing. With Max Phantasm. 120 base. Let's go. Question is, will they swap out? Because while they went for Sword Dance now, it's still a worthwhile swap if they can get around this Mimikyu. And as you notice, we've used the same strategy each time because every single team we've come up against seemed to have a problem dealing with Mimikyu, and we've got a really nice setup with it. So, Rotom into Mimikyu seems to be my main strategy for this team. And then it's really just taking a good third Pokemon. Yeah, see, look at that. Instant knockout on that Mimikyu. Gets to keep up our Disguise. No problems at all. So it's definitely the right choice if I think they're going to go for a status move. That Mimikyu's a really good swap in. Or if they're Dracopult, going for the Mimikyu swap in again is really, really good here. Yeah, see, here we go. Dracopult. So they're probably going to go with the Phantom Force, which I believe does outspeed my Mimikyu. Actually, no, they're not. Wow, they're going for the Dynamax move. I believe our Disguise will still work on a Dynamax move. I'll have to wait and see. So we don't take full damage, because it's not like Protect. I think we absorb all damage, so we get the initial first move here, which is going to be really important. Let's see. Is it just going to hit our Disguise? Yep, it is. Awesome. That's perfect. Do take a little damage, of course, for our Life Orb attack here. And that's gone down and out perfectly as we needed it to be. Definitely the MVP of this video, Mimikyu, coming in clutch. Alright, interesting. We'll just go for... it doesn't really matter, I think. I think we should just go for max one. It doesn't really matter. They're all just effective, so... I'm just going to go for max damage. That's all we can do here. And that's more than enough to take out Butterfree. Actually, an interesting choice, Butterfree. So Mimikyu, the absolute most valuable Pokemon, the most valuable player, and the most valuable overall. cleaning out and tanking everything that comes at it. Absolutely amazing for these stages right now. Also putting us up in our win-loss ratio, which is great. So I'm really happy with that. I've got to say, so good. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did and are interested in more, please check out my previous videos. If not, we do other things on the channel here, mostly card game related stuff, but I do plan on continuing doing Pokemon here and there, so definitely check it out. Until next time guys, see ya.